What's going on, guys? John Elder here from Codemy.com, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to figure out whether or not something's an integer with Tkinter and Python. Alright guys, like I said, in this video, we're going to figure out whether an entry box entry is an integer or not. But before we get started, if you like this video, want to see more like it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out Codemy.com where I have dozens of courses with hundreds of videos that teach you to code. Use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off membership. That's all my courses, videos, and books for one-time fee at just $49, which is insanely cheap. Alright, I've been getting this question a lot lately, I think since the last time we did our flashcard app, and that is, how do we determine whether somebody types a number or not into an entry box with Tkinter? Right? So think back to our flashcard app. What's 3 plus 2? 5. Well, what if they typed in F-I-V-E instead of the number 5? You know, that could throw off the app quite a bit. So how do we determine whether or not something we type into a box is an integer or a string? So that's what we're going to look at in this video. And it's pretty simple, and it shouldn't take us very long to do. So let's just create, I've got our basic starter code here. We're working with Sublime and the Git Bash terminal. As always, we've got an icon. I'm just going to call this Codemy.com, and it is 400 by 400 in size, and we've got our main loop. So let's create a label. Let's just call it my label, and that's going to be a label. And we want to put this in root, and we want the text to say enter a number. All right, and then we want my label. Let's pack this to the screen so that we can see it. And let's give this a pad Y of 20 to kind of smush it down a little bit. Now let's create an entry box, and I'm just going to call this my box because I'm very creative. And this is an entry widget, and we want to put it in root. And then we also want a mybox.pack this guy to the screen, and let's give him a pad Y of, I don't know, 10 or something too. Okay, so underneath this we want a button, and we're going to creatively call it my button. And it's a button. And it's in root, and we want the text to say enter a number, and we want to give this a command of, let's just call it number. Right, so I'll copy this, and we also want to put this guy on the screen, so let's dot pack and give this a pad Y of, like, I don't know, 5 or something. Okay, so then up here, let's create the function number. And we'll do something with that in just a minute. And then down here, finally, let's put an output answer. So let's just call this answer, A-N-S-W-E-R. And that's going to be a label. And we want to put it in root. And we want the text to equal just nothing right now. And let's pack this guy to the screen as well. And give it a pad Y of 20 or so. Okay, and let's give this function a pass just for now. Okay, so let's save this and run it just to see what we've got here. And I called this isNum.py. So we've got this enter a number, we've got a box, we click this button, nothing happens yet. Okay, so now we want to figure out whether or not the thing we type into the entry box here is a number or not. And there's a bunch of different ways you can do it, but I think the best way is to just do a try and accept block. So what happens when you enter something into an entry box is Tkinter just assumes it's a string. And even if you type a number in, it thinks it's a string. So you have to convert that to an integer anyway, right? So even if you use an int var, as we've done in the past, it still thinks of it as a string, which is kind of weird. So instead of running an isNum function on that to see if it's an integer or not, we can just run a try loop here. We can go try. And let's just go my_box.get, but let's just wrap this entire thing in an int function. And this will convert it to an integer if it can, right? So if you type a word in there or a letter, it can't convert that into an integer. And if it tries, it'll throw an error. So for instance, if we don't do this try loop, and we just, for instance, want to print this to the screen or something, or even just run it, we can save this and run this guy. And if we type in, you know, some letters and click the button and then exit out, we see we get an error because it's trying to convert that into an integer, but it's clearly text. It can't convert it into an integer, so it throws an error. So we can use that, right? Since we know it'll throw an error if it tries unsuccessfully, we can give this, like I said, a try block here. So we could say convert it to this, and if it doesn't work out, we can call an except value error and then do something else. So what do we want to do here if we can convert it? Well, let's just put a little message on the screen that says, hey, yes, that was a number, good job, right? Otherwise, we'll put a different message out. And so remember, we have this answer label, so we can just go answer.config and give this a text equals that is a number. Congrats, right? Otherwise, we can come down here and say that is not a number, you silly person, right? So now if we save this, and let's come over here and run it, clear the screen here. So we say enter a number, we can say 12. That is a number, congrats. If we type in something else and click the button, that is not a number, you silly person. If we type in John Elder, that is not a number. If we type in 122, that is a number. If we type in 5, that is not a number, right? So just that easy. So that is how, as one way at least, that you can determine whether or not something is typed into the entry box correctly. And you can then from here do anything you want. If you want to then run some other function, you could just call it like whatever function and run it like that. Or just right here, you could just write some code to do whatever you want to do, etc. So pretty simple and pretty straightforward. Now there are probably dozens of other ways you could do this, right? To me, this just seems the easiest. A couple lines of code, try except, boom, boom, piece of cake. So like I said, Python has some built-in things to test whether or not an integer is an integer or a string is a string or a float is a float, etc. But they don't work well with Tkinter for entry boxes for some reason. So to my mind, this is the best way. Now, also keep in mind, this is for an integer, right? Specifically. Now, if we run this again and we type in 1995 and click the button, that is not a number because we're testing for an integer, and an integer is a whole number, 5, 7. It is not a decimal or a float. If you want to do float, you have to specifically call float, right? So we could, if we wanted to, and we could just change this to float, right? Then if we did this and tried again 1995, that is a number, congrats. And again, if we typed in letters, that is not a number. But also if we typed in 2, it still works. So that is a number, right? So floats consider integers floats as well because it characterizes it as 2.0, right? So sort of keep that in mind. It's sort of an interesting thing. But depending on your program and what you need, if you need an int, you would convert it to an int. If you need a float, you would convert it to a float. You could do both, right? You could do nested in here and other things like that. But basically, this is the way you would go about doing it, or one of the ways, at least in my mind, one of the easier ways. So that's all for this video. If you liked it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to that channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out Codemy.com where you can use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off membership. So I pay just $49 to access all my courses, hundreds of videos, and the PDFs of all my best-selling coding books. Join over 100,000 students learning to code just like you. My name is John Elder from Codemy.com, and we'll see you in the next video.